Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. Today's video is another Is It Actually Worth It video. And today I'm talking about a game that is on sale on the eShop right now, once again, and that game is Xeodrifter. Today I'm going to be talking about reasons that Xeodrifter may be worth the purchase, reasons that may not be worth the purchase, and then the different prices it's been, and if I think it's worth it at each of those prices. So the first thing I noticed when I played this game, and the first reason why I really like it, and why it's kind of worth the purchase, but it's more just a small tidbit that I really enjoy, and that's the colors of the planets themselves. They're very vibrant, they're very neon. You have orange, you have green, you got pink, you got a bunch of different colors. And the cool thing about that is that these planets obviously are very foreign to you, you're exploring them, you don't know what to expect, there's monsters everywhere. And just the simple aspect of just the coloring of the planets really makes it feel really alien-like, really makes it feel very foreign. It just makes it feel really different and very mysterious. So I personally really like the colors are great, and I just love colors! So the second reason why I really enjoy this game, why I think it's worth the purchase, is the weapon ability upgrades. So there are a bunch of different ability upgrades, I think there's like 5 or 6, to me that's a bunch. So there are quite a few different ability upgrades, and you obtain those after defeating a boss in each area. I'm not going to talk about each one, I'm just going to talk about the warp ability. So there's 2 layers to the game. You got the front layer, and you have this back layer. This back layer in certain areas also has a level part of it. So you can actually warp back a layer and actually fight enemies there. You can find power-ups there. You can do all this cool stuff there. So the warp ability is very cool. I remember obtaining it for the first time and it was just really freaking cool. I really enjoyed that. And I really enjoyed the other power-ups too. So it definitely adds some level of exploration because you'll get to a part where you can't get through because you need a certain power-up. So you'll find it and you won't know what that power-up is until you get it. And once you get it, you'll be like, that's the one I need. I'm gonna go back to that spot. And you'll go back and be able to access different areas of the level. That's really cool. I really like that. Another thing I like is the weapon upgrade. So there's weapon upgrades that gives you +1 points, let's call them. They're little like tokens that you can put into this tree, and there's a bunch of different gun patterns and different things the gun can do. You can actually upgrade so your bullets are really large, and you can put all your points in that skill tree and make your bullets really big and do a lot of damage. Or you can make them all small and really fast, or you can make them sidewind, or you can combine them, and you can have big bullets that sidewind, you can have a bunch of different combinations of bullets, and I think that's really cool. It adds some variance to the gameplay, and there are certain instances where certain patterns of the bullets actually help more than others. So that's kind of cool. I really dig that. I thought that was a neat little feature. Very easy to learn, very easy to do. I really liked it. So the third reason I think this game is worth the purchase and why I'm enjoying it, it's kind of a game changer actually. It actually what made me really appreciate this game, and that was the fact that you can save before enemy boss fights, and you can actually heal before enemy boss fights. So that way you can go into a boss fight with full health, ready to go. It's an even playing field. The game doesn't have lives for one thing, it just has health. But if you do die, you go back to the last save point. So if you die in the boss fight, you go back to right outside the boss door because that was the last time to save. And honestly, that was a game changer for me. I thought that was really freaking neat. I really appreciated that. I appreciated being able to fight the boss over and over and over, not worrying too much about how many times I died or how many times it took. I thought that was really neat, and I think a lot of people will appreciate that when they play this game or if they decide to pick up this game. Another reason I appreciate this game and why other people will appreciate this game is because it's heavily influenced by Metroid and Super Metroid. Like, it literally looks like a budget Metroid title. If Nintendo didn't make Metroid and Xeodrifter came first, people would think Nintendo copied Xeodrifter because it is just so similar, and normally that can be kind of a bad thing because you're comparing it too much. But for me, I thought Xeodrifter was really fun. I didn't compare it to Metroid too much. I thought it was a great little homage to Metroid, and I think it really scratched that itch that a lot of people probably have right now for a Metroid game on the Switch. And I really think anybody who likes Metroid will really like Xeodrifter. I think it's a great filler until we get a side-scrolling Metroid for the Switch. Now let's talk about some bad things about the game, some reasons you may want to save your money for something else. The first reason, and I noticed this right away, was how kind of loose the controls were. They weren't tight, you weren't able to jump and do everything you wanted to. It wasn't quite input delay, but there was something about the controls that just seemed off. Not the control so much, but the movement, I guess, and the movement and jumping. There were times when I was trying to get up these different platforms, keep hopping up, there were enemies going across, and normally I would be able to dodge them and stuff if the controls were tighter, but they weren't, so I would end up hitting these enemies and falling all the way back down, and that was really frustrating for the first probably half hour. I wasn't sure if it was because it was like anti-gravity on a different planet, or if it was just a cheap game, and I'm guessing it was the former because I did get used to the controls. They really weren't that bad, but it is something you're gonna notice right away. It's something I noticed right away, and it can definitely turn you off to the game as soon as you buy it. So if you do have the game or are thinking about getting the game, give it a little bit. Give a little bit of time to get used to the controls, and it shouldn't be too bad. The second reason why you may want to pass on this game is because you fight the same boss over and over and over and over. And don't get me wrong, the boss gets progressively harder. It has certain attacks it does, and then each time you encounter it, it adds a certain attack it does, so you have to learn that attack, you have to learn what to do, how to dodge it. So it does get progressively harder, but overall it's still the same boss. And I guess I was really excited to see what the other bosses look like, because this boss, the boss that you see every time, is actually pretty cool looking. I will give them credit where credit is due. The boss is cool looking, I really like it, but I didn't want to see it 8 times in a row or 10 times in a row. I don't remember how many times I fought that thing. So yeah, you do fight the same boss over and over and over. It does get a little bit harder, but it's still the same boss. The third reason why you may want to pass in this game is because it is super short. I beat it in 2 sessions. If you look it up, it takes maybe 3 to 3.5 hours to beat. And if you 100% it, maybe 4 if you want to find all the secrets. But still, 3 to 4 hours, that's a very short game. I didn't mind it because I just wanted a game I could kind of get back into the Metroidvania style. I usually don't play games like that, so it was nice for me. But for some people, 3 to 3.5 hours is not enough to pay for. And I get that, I'm with you. Most of the time, I will not buy a game that's really under 5 hours of gameplay unless it's really cheap. So now that we talked about the good things about the game, the bad things about the game, let's talk about the price it is now, the prices it has been previously, and whether I believe it's worth it at each of those prices. So currently it's $1.99. I think I bought it for $1.80 with my gold points. So if I'm being honest, I actually really like this game. I really think it was just a beautiful little game in a tight little 3 to 3.5 hour package. And I just think it was very well done. And I usually don't play Metroidvania style games. And this game made me really kind of appreciate the genre, because usually I steer clear from that because I really don't like side scrollers too much. I don't know, it's just something about it just made me want to try out other games in that genre, because it was honestly a fun little play, and I really had a great time playing it. And for $2, you can't really go wrong. For me, I like to get under $1 per hour of gameplay. So you do the math, 3 to 4 hours for $2, that's like 50 to 65 cents per hour. For me, that's really good. I'm super happy with my purchase. If you like Metroidvania style games, even if you don't like Metroidvania style games, you could potentially really enjoy this game. And I think especially if you do like Metroidvania style games, you're gonna like this one, and it's a sweet little addition to your collection. And the icon on the Switch screen looks pretty cool. For $2, I definitely think it's worth it. I think you should pick it up. I think everyone should pick it up for $2. Now, it has also been $5. It's been $4.99 before. Would I pick it up at $4.99? Would I recommend it at $4.99? I'll let you know in a second here. Don't get ahead of yourself. I'll let you know. $4.99 is a little out of my price range for a 3 to 3.5 hour game. Granted, I did really enjoy it, and I think, you know what, a part of me wants to say I would actually pay $5 for this if there were no other games coming out at the time. If I didn't have other games I wanted to beat, and I just wanted something to fill that time, I'd say I'd pick this up for $5. Like I said before, it's a fun game, it looks good. I think $5, you're gonna get your money's worth. I think it's a great little addition to the Switch collection. So I'm actually surprising myself here, because I wrote down that I was more of a maybe, but I actually would pick it up for $5. So I surprised myself today. That's cool. Now, the big question, $10. Would I pick it up for $10? No, I would not pick it up for $10. But if you're a huge Metroidvania fan, and I mean a huge Metroidvania fan, where you collect every Metroidvania style game out there, this game might be worth $10 to you. For me, and for a lot of people who don't really play the genre, $10 is a lot of money for such a short game. And that's a big reason why I think most people should avoid this purchase. At $10. So now the big question, is it actually worth it? $2? 100%. $5? 95%. $10? Unless you're a huge fan, I would say 0%. If you enjoyed today's video and want to see more videos like it, hit that thumbs up button. If you have a game you've been playing that you want to suggest for me to maybe do a video about, leave it in the comments below. I'm all for trying new games and all for trying new things, and I'm all for seeing if games are actually worth it. And if I do pick a game that you recommend, I will be sure to shout you out at the beginning of the video, give you credit where credit is due, and if you want to stay up to date on my videos, what I'm doing, what I'm playing, follow me on social media. My handles are in the description. The best way to support a teeny tiny channel like mine is to hit that subscribe button. It shows me that what I'm doing is something you guys want to see. If you want to see last week's video, click up here. This time I actually did it right. It's within 20 seconds. I'm going to make sure. So click up here. And I hope to see you guys all next time. I hope you have a wonderful weekend.